So, hello people, and welcome to Gran Turismo 2 playthrough part 5. Um, Last time we were doing some of the All-Star races, just 3 of them. Well, actually 2 I already had done. The Red Rock Valley Speedway one already, but there's 2 remaining. So let's go ahead and do those out of the way. I'm gonna decrease the volume a little bit. Oh shit. A little too fast there. Oh, sorry. Great start. Car LM is kind of slow. It's as fast as that car. Well, the GD1 and the AI to be exact. It's as fast as the corners, but losing on the straights. Oh well. That's not an issue. Because we'll just overtake him and pull a gap, and that's that. Also understeer. And he's constantly failing that. But yeah, that's that. We should be good now. But yeah, after having been able to get up the dirty air and drive a few laps on my own, I clearly pull a gap there. Bleh. Oh well. At least you won. Also, I might as well do the Red Rock Valley Speedway race again, just to get the speed 12, because apparently I didn't remember I actually already did and sold the speed 12 for money. Even though I said I wouldn't use that trick, I apparently used it in the very beginning, the first part already. So, oh. Anyway, what other race cars do we have? We haven't used the Del Sol yet, so that's next. I'm just using different race cars to show them around. of tail-heavy car because this has the mid-engine layout. Rear-wheel drive, obviously. But it's just like my MR2, only a little more powerful. Lap. Some improvements here and there, and suddenly, 2 seconds. Still no chatters around, but oh well. Maybe they'll notice eventually that I'm live. But as I said, I'm gonna do the Red Rock Valley again. I'm tempted. Oh! Oh. First time I'm seeing this car in yellow color. Because last time I've only gotten red or blue. Maybe even black, but yellow. It's kinda ugly to my eye. Anyway. I don't have a lot of race cars. I've tried every single one already, so I guess I'll just go with the GT1. At least this car sorta fits into the field because it's used by AI cars. The cars I just used weren't, so of course I could just go and buy one. I don't have a million credits yet. But still, it wouldn't make a difference in terms of the outcome. I would still win, as I did with that slightly less powerful concept car. Just look how OP the GD1 is, in my hands at least. If the GD1 was driven by an AI car, well, AI, it would be just ahead of those guys. Like, just barely ahead of those guys in the map. So yeah. When it's race cars, the AI is really bad, but when it comes to normal cars, then the AI is more efficient, relatively compared to race cars. Well, and hello by the way, Grumps. But yeah, it is the rubber banding, it's just bad in GT2. But then again, it's also the AI to blame, not just the rubber banding. Because the AI is really good in GT1, even if you take it to the race cars. At least better than GT2. But less powerful cars, like no race cars, are much better. But hey, it goes to show that GT2 was really a rushed game. I would have loved to see more of it, but sadly they wanted to push the game to the Christmas market, so that's only why they rushed the game, to get more profit out of it. There was also going to be drag racing, for example, but it was scrapped, and only remnants of it are the drag cars, 180 SX and the RF33. I haven't looked into NFS, but alright, I'll keep that in mind. Wanna hear another Rush game? Sonic 06. Well, I don't really have to check what car we got. Of course, we got the Speed 12. What should we do next? Anyways, corners gives you more grip and speed. Alrighty then. So it's like riding curbs in GT2. But yeah, so I've done the Mitsubishi events, Tommy Kaira, Subaru. We got something in Honda still, I think. S2000's been taken care of, as is Type R and Beat the Beat, and NSX Trophy. So all that's left is Civic Race. Alright. Well, let's try to do this without a tune, as I always like to try before I tune it at all. And Grindelwald the reverse. That much was obvious. Yeah, this is more than adequate, especially with those cars joining the conga line. I really have no idea what's up with the AI on that corner on reverse. Like, some cars actually follow the actual line, but some cars like to do that. Like, it cannot be exactly an AI path issue, because, like I said, some cars actually do drive properly, but some cars go there. But of course there isn't one 100% absolute line they should follow, but still. Sometimes they do that, sometimes not. But again, it's one of those rush things in GT2. No one went for it this time. So there we go. Yeah, that wasn't even a contest. Easy peasy. But let's see how the race style goes, because usually in the racing style they're a little bit faster. So I might have to do tuning other than racing modification. This is actually the same car as in the preview picture. Well, we'll take this color. Yeah, let's see if we're match against those guys. we should be good. Even the Civic Type R isn't matched to this Civic. That's odd. Oh, because I was thinking maybe the Type R would have been a better choice, especially if there are other Type Rs, but turns out even the old 93 Civic VTI is more than a match. By the way, Grumps, are there any other watchers at the moment? I'm just wondering. Don't have to call them out, but just see if there's any others in the first place. Oh, 2. I might be the other watcher. Might be, but that's still pretty low. Maybe because I'm streaming at a bad time and I also started earlier than usual. I don't know, and it's been a few days since the last one, but I hope more will join eventually. Yeah, it is early. It's 10 a.m. to you. It's 11 for me, so you must be in the EU as well. Well, obviously. Also, wait. I was so caught up in talking that I didn't notice that I was overtaken. Oh shit. I was so caught up in talking I didn't pay attention that I was being overtaken. And I could have overtaken him in the last corner, but I went wide and hit the wall. So much for that victory. But yeah, we're pretty early. Because it would still be like 20 minutes, 40 minutes on my usual start time. I usually start at 12, now I started before 11. It's pretty early. I was hoping by being a little more early I could maybe attract more watchers, but it turns out not. That would have to be really early to get some American watchers, possibly. So we just hit the point where they are about to go to bed or something. Who knows? Just hope more will come eventually. But for now, let's focus on the race. I wouldn't want to lose a second time. Especially knowing that you have a car that can win, no tunes required. That was so close. I could have gone past and I would have, but I hit the wall. Because because the AI is so delicate, you can attack curbs and take corners much faster than they can. And it looks weird because I'm used to Civic as an estate style car like this. And then there are those Civic Ferios or whatever, which have their regular car shape. I don't know what to call it, but you get the idea. A good thing the track is Grand Valley. Now we have more time to overtake because we're still second. So we get a whole long lap to try. And we already got it. But I was being a little dirty there. Further showcase of bad AI coding. Fucking pilot. It's gonna be tough. It's gonna be close. Gonna take a defensive line. And that was the right move. Otherwise they would have come speeding past. But I still need to take a look. Because they are breathing right in my neck. Right in my back. We got this, we got this. No worries. But that was close. Let's see the gap. Oh shit. Those two cars were less than a tenth behind. So that was really close. Had to take that defensive line and then see what they're up to. Well, we won at least. Close doesn't count. Oh yeah, I know what I could do because I have money. I could do the Demio race style, and I'll do it with the A spec. So I don't have to go and buy another Demio because I already did the normal style with it. And I think I've already done all the others. Although, wait, was there an MX5 event there? Because if there was, I haven't done that one yet, but the AZ one and RX 7. Oh, you don't even have to brake there. My bad. Perhaps I needed to tune. Well, let's still see if anything comes up on the last lap. AI can do mistakes, and that's what we have to capitalize on. Gotta seize the moment. Like this, they're really slow through there. Like it's unreal. They're very fast otherwise, but then they have those specific corners where they just suck. That's when you really feel alienated. Like you acknowledge yourself as a player while the others are AI. You don't really fit in when you go fast through those corners where the others are really slow. We might be able to win, but again it will be really close. Going to the last few corners. But I have a feeling we won't win, so I have to tune. And here you didn't really have to brake, that's right. Yeah, we won't win no matter what I do. We'll be second at best, but not even second. So yeah. But yeah, there's MX5. Still need to do that. But I've done RX7 and AZ1. It's a little bit of overkill to get even turbo one, because it adds a lot of horsepower, but well, we should be able to win this time. Also, if I recall correctly, adding just turbo will give the car an amazing sound. Let's listen. Gets me every time. That is amazing sounding turbo. So those not very familiar to GT2, if they only heard the sound, they would be like, what the fuck is that car? Is that some kind of formula or... I wouldn't have an idea what to call this car. And it sounds kind of electric, like some kind of electric sports car or something. But that sound. Oh, wrong button. So yeah, that's how you turn a Demio into an electric or a hybrid car. Well, it's not still a huge overkill because we're still just a little bit ahead. They're keeping up quite well. But like I said, at least we won this way, but I just wanted to showcase the amazing turbo sound. If I got anything else, this wouldn't have happened. So yeah, that's a thing. Now we gotta do something else because well, I'm completely out of money, as you can see. Just 30,000, that's not much at all. We might as well try rally now, because we haven't done that yet. But I wish I could do already a custom rally car, but oh well. I'll just do some of the other... Oh wait, we still haven't done SVX race style either. Well, just gonna do those rally car events where I have one of these VRC cars against me. And yes, I'm calling it VRC, not WRC. I should change that style. Because it looks kind of offsetting that it's a ghost instead of an actual car. Makes you feel even more alienated. Oh, we're up against ourselves here. Same car. I wonder if Type 3 is the one. Yeah, Type 3 is the one where it completely stays in its actual form instead of a ghost. Then there's still Type 2, which some of the time shows the actual form and some of the time the ghost. So it's mixed. And Type 1 is entirely ghost. I just think that looks better even though he's still a ghost. We're actually losing. That's a very good AI opponent. Oh wait, he did turn into a ghost. Oh well. We just won in the last corner. That's neat. what's this one? Not to mention the Focus is apparently one of the best rally cars. But I also messed up the start. Well, let's try one more time, but if that doesn't work then I'll have to use another one for this. But not FTO or Del Sol, even though they can be driven on dirt for some reason. Because they are too OP. Well, maybe not Del Sol, but it'll still easily win. Not again. I was just trying to take the inside line, but I turned way too early. I need to focus. I can't afford to focus. Yeah, it turns into a ghost when I drive into him. That didn't happen some of the time, but oh well. Yeah, it's quite impossible to win against the Ford Focus. Though there is one thing we can do, well, it's not really cheating because the game lets you do it. So what we'll do is set up the car. Though I'm merely increasing the aerodynamics. And maybe gears down a little bit too. Maybe this will give us an edge, especially the downforce. It's an easy trick of getting more grip. Oh yeah, I can already feel the difference because I didn't have to brake for the first corner. You can see the difference. So I didn't have to go and buy a new car, at least for now. not that I could yet, because I'm out of money. But whenever I could, I might not be having to. Yeah, that wasn't a contest anymore. After I just merely increased the downforce and it made a huge difference. But yeah, that's just free trick you can do. So I'm gonna return the settings to normal when I go up against the other VRC cars. Wrong event. He was at 9 and then downforce somewhere in the middle. Like that. And hello to BG. BBG. GD2 is going well. Yeah, PS2 emulators are bad. So you shouldn't feel too bad if you don't get it to work. Though, let's be honest, it's kinda lame to use emulators when you could have a real copy like me. That's why I don't support emulators, because it's the easy way out. And thanks for the host, Brett. And now we got instantly more watchers thanks to a host, but I'll take it. Not like I could do anything else. I have to take it or not take it. And thanks for the host, PBG. I don't know why AutoHost is not working to you. Because I still haven't gotten any AutoHost from you. Even though you probably put me on the list. Thanks, Retro. Much appreciated. Before everyone starts hosting, including myself. Huh? No, Brent, I meant PBG. Turns out the escort is not a match for the Lancer. So the escort seems to be kind of weaker compared to the other fastest rally cars. But once again, we can kind of cheat our way here and increase the downforce. It already made a huge difference against the Focus, so we can do the same for Lancer. So there, and we might as well make the gears a little bit shorter too, because there are no long straights really. So they should do the trick. And also guys, please tell me as soon as possible if my capture dies, because I was streaming Driver 2 trying to do a run again, but apparently the capture died and no one even told me. I was going for over 1 hour after that, but no one told me, so I was playing for nothing. But then again, I'm not really bothered, because Driver 2 decided to freeze again, so my run would have died anyway. So I guess I'm not gonna try Driver 2 anymore, because it's unreliable. For some reason the capture dies with Driver 2, or that I was just having bad luck. But also the discs, because it keeps freezing, even though I have the new discs and they're pretty decent, but apparently not good enough, or then my PS2 is just rubbish. I wouldn't be surprised, because it does have some issues reading the discs, even if they're brand new. So that might be my fat PS2, a well-served PS2 to blame. So I could try PS2 Slim always. But I think we're still gonna lose this one. Yeah, just barely. Well, let's try again. And yeah, the FPS for Driver 2 is bad. So if you wanna take the world record for Driver 2 by using the console version, well, console, I like playing on a legitimate console, then you won't get the world record, because the FPS is so bad. You constantly have to look to the side to reduce the amount of things drawn on the screen, and thus reduce lag, and it doesn't always work, depending on where you are on the map. But if you play on emulator, then there's no lag issues at all. But you know, I was just doing that for fun. I was just wanting to do one run and submit it on the leaderboard, and I would have gotten second. Though there's only 2 runs on the leaderboard, but still. Between the world record and the worst run, which was 5 hours, and I could have gotten something like 3 hours, a little more. But you know, game froze, so that's neat. And even before that, the capture died, but no one let me know. I mean, PBG was watching, but he didn't even say anything, so it's kind of frustrating to learn only later that, wait, the captures already died a long time ago, and no one told me, so much for that. But what's even worse is I couldn't even finish the whole run, even if no one was watching or could have watched. It just seemed to freeze always in the chase the gunman mission for some reason. But otherwise the game runs fine. Though it did freeze on one loading screen, don't remember which one it was, but it was probably in Rio again. And your friend, Practical IC, has started watching. Thanks for letting me know, Twitch. And we still couldn't beat the Lancer. What do we have to do? So we got escort. We got maximum downforce. We got shorter gears. I wouldn't be surprised though if the Lancer was truly faster, but I thought this would have the same effect as it did on Green Forest. So maybe I should keep that in mind. Won't be dealing with the LSD because I'm probably not able to do any good. Yeah, Renter, you did mention that that's for some reason the capture died for a few seconds and then came back. So it could be that the Elgato has some issues with driver, because sometimes depending on the game it has issues or it works flawlessly. So if it's even game dependent or something. But yeah, you won't see any issues with GT2 because I got those splitters. Or well, obviously you won't see anything, but I will, because of the resolution changes. Now the stabilizer, let's try going with level 1. I don't know if that's wise to do, but then I'm gonna reduce ride height. I'm gonna do a lot of stuff. Increase the front camber a little bit, decrease the rear toe. Let's go with this and see how it feels and how it goes. You can actually get much faster with setups, but we'll see. Oh, I can't go sideways anymore. Or at least it's hard to. but I think it's to do with the ride height, mostly. Because the lower the high ride height, the better grip you have, so in that sense it's pretty hard to go sideways, on some parts at least. Yeah, let's try that again. Gonna return the stabilizers or anti-roll bars to the regular level, which was 4. And then ride height. It was 150. So just a little bit lower. Let's see what that does. And here come the tech chat. Sad to say, but the Lancer just has more power. I can already feel it in the hairpins. You can't really do anything on second gear like this. Just lacks a little bit of power, but let's see now. We're still keeping up somewhat. Yeah, no matter what we do, though I could still do a better job, or someone else could, but it's just not enough. So we gotta get a different car for that. But now let's return the setups to the normal, or at least close. I think it was 150 for both, or close. And then something like that. caught up thanks to the crests and bumps. That's kind of embarrassing. But if that's how the game or AI wants it. Now let's take out these stratos for a change. Now it's on the top. By the way, it's actually cool how accurate this Stratos sounds. Because it sounds pretty much the same in Dirt Rally. So they did actually take the Stratos sound into, what is it? Into account. So it actually does sound like the real thing. Maybe a little bit off, but sounds almost the same as in Dirt Rally. That spin was completely my fault because I forgot. Well, didn't forget, but it's just that suddenly changing into mid-engine layout and rear-wheel drive, not to mention. So the rear is quite tail-happy. So you can't drift as freely as with the four-wheel drives. I'm a little bit faster than him though, so maybe he either has less tunes because I got the turbo and everything, but he might have just NA or just bad driving. So yeah, easy win apparently. Are there any other events with the Stratus? Yes. So now we got downhill. I'll try to drift more just to make more entertainment out of it. Because to be fast and keep the car on the road, so to say, in the first place you kinda have to sacrifice drifting. But yeah, that chat though. Well, there was other chat before you guys came in. And then you just scared everyone away. Yeah, once I've taken over, quite literally. So no one else can talk. But yeah, it's kind of a shame that you can't really drift the car, but if you do, then there's a great risk of spinning, since it's a mid-rear layout. Very tail happy. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, I'm gonna use the cultist for the cultist race, because Escudo would be too OP. I'm gonna do some road races again. But exactly what? Well, I still haven't done the Clubman Cup, so I'll do that. I might as well use my UFO Demio for that. No, I'm not gonna use Cultist versus Escudo. Or if you meant that, yeah. I would be using Escudo and Escudo against Cultist. No. But it's obviously impossible to win against Escudo with a Cultist. But now, enjoy the ASMR of the Demio. might be a little hard to do 100% GD4. Knowing you, Retro, no offense, but there are some tough missions and everything. And yeah, Brett just said it because some stupid driving missions prevent from doing 100%. So it might be too tough. Or if not tough, then it will be tough, but it might just take a while to get 100%. But if I had GD4, then I might do 100%. Though I did say that I'm not really interested to get GD4, but if I did get it, then I would probably do 100%. Because obviously I have never played GD4 before. So it would also be good in that sense to do 100%. It would be stepping to the unknown. Not just merely trying the game, but also completing it. I'm positive that I could do it. Well, I don't know if I would enjoy it, but oh well, I'm not even getting that GD4, so no worries. And GD3 100% would be... it would be so repetitive, so... what's the word? Tedious. And fun fact, I've never gotten 100% in GD3 before, I've only casually played a little bit of it. But at least as far as to get an F1 car. Brent, why wouldn't I know that GD5 has cards? Of course I do. You aren't the only one who has seen the trailer, Kappa. Yeah, see you soon, PBG. Don't really know what to call you, but I'll just call you by your Twitch name. Yeah, fuck piracy. Keep that stuff away from me. I've changed. As a kid, I feasted on those pirate copies, but now I'm a changed man. The only piracy I do is using Vegas once and then WinRAR, because obviously why would they code it so that even after your free trial runs off you can still use the program even though you don't pay for it, so it's kind of silly. That's just how they coded it, so not my fault. Yeah, I saw your YouTube handle is Viper Racing, but I didn't know if I could call you Viper because it's Viper Racing. It's the name of a team, I guess. But alright, I'll just call you Viper. Or maybe for no stream confusion, for no confusion at all, I could just call you PBG. To make. There we go again. But I swear someday Tumek will become a meme. I'm not gonna bother myself, but maybe someday someone will do it for me. But still, I'm frankly quite annoyed. Why do everyone call me Tumek? Just why? The K is in capital, it's not a part of Tume. Like added to the end. Like if you were to include K in it, why wouldn't you include a 5? Tell me. It's a 4-letter word, but apparently even that is complicated. Of course, Tume is not a common name at all. Tumek is more common, but still. The K is in capital for a reason. I shouldn't have included the K at all, but imagine if my username was Tume5. That would have sounded quite odd, so I wanted to add the K. Plus that made me, well, not a reason, but a more sensible logo, because I could use the T and K. Well, yeah, I could add an underline, but nah, that looks odd to me. I just prefer to have a username where it's all in the one together. Ah, okay, makes sense. So you're just using mobile. It kinda sucks that Twitch does show your username on some places on all lowercase, so then it would make sense if everyone keeps calling me Tumek. Because they can't separate the K, but if you look at it in the normal form, which has upper cases, then you would see that it's separate. Also, I think I'm gonna lose this one. Me and my underpowered UFO Demio. UFO Demio. Yeah, I just lost. I need to use another car for this event. But I still don't need a massive boost in power. I could even use maybe the MR2. Maybe not. I'm gonna take the Cobra for a test drive. I still haven't used this car. And I probably won't much. But yeah, arguably, when it's in lowercase, all lowercase, then you will say Tumek because it's all in one, but when you see in uppercase the K there, then you shouldn't. Maybe that was a bit of an overkill. I honestly wasn't expecting that. But oh well, let's just roll with it. Maybe a bit of an overkill. or maybe not. It sucks in cornering, but it's fast in acceleration. And braking sucks too, as you can tell. Cornering and braking. So, what would you call that front? It looks kind of like an enthusiastic greygasm. While retro, make sure you want to clean the so-called rare cars. It's not a shame to have many cars in your carriage, it's not like you should sell everything. I always keep the cars I won, which are rare, not some cars you could buy from the stores. Dealerships. In GT3 that's very true though, you get many cars you can buy, but in GT2 nearly everything you win can be bought. Sorry. Because prize cars in GT2 are good. But yeah, I guess that wasn't a huge overkill, given its bad cornering and braking, but who cares? Who cares? Now what will I do? I'm gonna do the MX-5. A normal car race, but since this car has no racing modification, I'll have to do the racing style with a separate MX-5. According to Discord, so is there forgive me, but is there some kind of channel that actually has, you know, me linked to a live channel which has notifications on? But if not, then it's just my user showing that I'm streaming. Wait, am I seeing things, or is that one of the tuned ones too? Because it had a spoiler, if I saw correctly. I wouldn't be surprised because it does exist, so... Let's have a closer look. Yeah, it does have a spoiler, so it must be one of those tuned ones like mine. And in any case, it's still leading, so that should be a hint. What am I saying? A hint. So yeah. What? It's a special model, but it's not one of the... Yeah, I was thinking the rims didn't look like they were those, but who knows, maybe AI could have bought new rims. It was just a special model with an added spoiler, pretty much. So, I'm gonna have a real quick look what we've done so far. So we have completed Mitsubishi, Tamikaira, Subaru almost, Honda. We have actually everything from Honda. Then Suzuki almost, Mazda almost. And what's the... Well, we did Midget, Core, and Sirion. Okay, so Daihatsu's done too. What about Toyota? Oh yeah, still need to do Celica. Stara has been taken care of. Oh, I haven't done MR2. That's kind of weird. I thought I would have done it, but... Well, now I know. So we're gonna do the MR2 Spider right away, so I won't forget. Oh, what did I have to... Oh yeah, I was wondering if the Cappuccino already had the weight reductions, because I was thinking maybe I might have bought something in advance. It is a pretty light car, but I can't tell. Well, actually, why did I have to select it? I can just see from the... No, not that. From the specifications. Yeah, it does. So we can actually go ahead and do the Cappuccino. Or Cappuccino. Cappuccino. Racing modification. Forgive me for my menuing. Oh, I'm digging that. did the auto works, yes. So now also Suzuki has been taken care of. As soon as I'm done with this. We might actually beat all of the Japanese manufacturer races already in this part, because there's really not much left other than Toyota and a few. Have a good night, Retro. I'll see you later. Nice dive bomb there, but it didn't even hit the wall. Alright, and I just know. Wait. Well, yeah, I saw it in the specifications, probably, that I have turbo. Maybe it didn't have it by default, because some cars do have a default turbo. I was still barely keeping up in the start. So that's why I needed to tune. Because the normal style needed some tunes, otherwise I wouldn't have won. I think I remember struggling with that. So now Suzuki has been taken care of. But yeah, next I'll go for a few Toyota ones. I actually do have a Celica in my garage, though it's the cassette version, so I'm not sure if it's accepted. So I'm gonna try that first. I mean, it's still a Celica, but I don't remember if it was accepted or not. but I think it'll be. Yeah. So we'll do this first, then the MR2, and then I don't know. There was the Altessa one, so I'll have to buy. Bye. There's actually another concept car there I saw right in the start. I can tell by the spoiler. Then there's a tuned version which you can buy. But yeah, I might also get a Celica sometime. Stay with the Toyota. Oh right, and I wanna get this out of the way. I was blaming Avidemex for ruining somewhat the capture. Because I thought it was Avidemex's fault, because I was trimming the recording there. I thought that would make the recording worse, but no, it was actually OBS itself. It looks fine in the preview, but as it's doing the recording right now, it's already in there. It's the video format that I chose, but whatever. It doesn't completely ruin it, so I'll just leave it like that. And also, hello HackQ. HackQH, however you want to call it. Sorry for the late reply, but I was talking about that thing. And I think we're gonna lose this one. Yeah. But I don't think we need to tune it. I'm still gonna stream for another hour or so. I don't know how long I'll be streaming for. And now for the MR2. Then I'll have to see what I'll do next. Where is it? I think I need to reorganize my garage. I'll do it right after this one. Since I don't know what to do next, I might as well organize the garage because it's a mess. And then I can't enter with this one. Even though this is technically MR2 Spider. So you could enter with the concept, Silica concept, but not this one. Alright, seems fair. I'll just buy an MR2 then, but first let's organize things a little bit. And we can sell this crap. Wait, hold on. Let me think about this for a second. Ah, spoon. I didn't mean to put it there. Alright, we can sell this one too. Alright, hold on. Ugh. That's a little bit better. So, so we couldn't use that MR2. I wouldn't mind having these out of the way too. But I will mod those into race cars anyway, so don't mind. Oh, and did I have the weight reduction for this one? Nope. So I'll have to do that. But later, because I need to buy the MR2. Get that out of the way. Not there. Well, now we can enter. Are you happy, game? Technically, I should have been able to use the cassette car, but again thought no. Nope. that's that. I wonder if he could have used the old style or old generation MR2 Spider, which you can find in the used lot. I don't think it was on the dealership. Yeah, it's not. Yeah, I meant this one. I wonder if he could have used this. Anyway, we can't afford to use, buy an Altessa yet. Can we? Yeah, we can't, so we'll have to think of something else first. I'll do some more. Wow, even the car is 50,000. Well, I guess I'll dust off this one first. Whatever, let's go with that. This fucking lazy and ugly car. The car. Car. Also, I wonder, well, it's probably not still published, but I think I showed, yeah, I did show you the Fact Jones emote. But yeah, these plastic bombers look so ugly on this. Why of all things do we have to race a car? They could be so much more better Ford cars to do dealership races with. Like even Mustang or something, but we have only this and then Focus. Well, Focus I can still understand. Focus is cool. GT40 one make. Huh, wouldn't have that been interesting. Though to be fair, the one makes are supposed to be cheap cars only, so GT40 would have required that. 350,000, if I recall correctly, so definitely not one of the cheapest, because all of the one makes are cheap. Well, of course, racing modifications does cost, but as far as normal style goes, they're nothing but cheap. Yeah, there's still the Tuscan speed, and you gotta win it. I think there are other events like that. Only cars that you can win. I can't remember anything off my head right now. Yeah, still, I think there was something else too. Just can't remember. Or maybe there's no such thing. But anyway, there's Tuscan Speed 6. Though again, it's a pretty cheap car if you ask me. All you have to do is win it, Kappa. You don't have to buy any expensive cars. Ford Cup. Ford Cup, car, Cup. Would be funny if there was a Ford Cup car. Ford Cup car. And from South City, I've already done the Chevrolet, which I struggled on a lot. Has been taken care of. Vector has nothing. Shelby neither. Same goes for Plymouth. So there's only Ford and Dodge left. And I'll have to do those later because no money to buy anything yet. I'm really short on money now. I think I'll do these drivetrain ones now. I think I have already everything in my garage, so I don't need to buy anything. Maybe. Let's go mine Skyline. The 400R wasn't sufficient enough, I remember trying that. But now we should have a car that can do it. And to be honest, those cars don't even go near the HP limit. Also nice drift. Same car as in the IA final exam, only the R34 looks a little bit different in GD3, especially the front. And this car is a real wheel drive in that game, as is the Benzoil Nismo GDR for some reason. Yet in this game they are four-wheel drive. I wonder what car we get from the last four-wheel drive one. Might be another Mines. Let's see. Yeah. So now we have these two. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and check if the Mines R34 GDR can go in any of these. It can. But what about the R34? Oh yeah, and I still remember when you did the 100% red, it was very awkward when Ninja forgot to separate R34 and GDR. So you went to see if you had 100%, but you didn't. Because you missed this one. Fucking Ninja. Kappa. Also I lost vibration. There we go. This controller is a little bit funny. It can lose vibration like that, but when you give it a little bit of a We have evidence that Ninja has committed a crime. Well, nah, but it was still a pretty inhuman mistake, because obviously you have to plan a whole game 100% and you have to use so many cars, and then you just well, it's a GDR. Well, I mean R34 GDR or something. Because this is obviously the car to use, but then you just forget that, oh, they were two separate ones. But still kinda silly that he did everything so precisely, but then forgot one little event. He also hasn't been streaming much lately. I haven't really been paying attention. But I did read his base bin, some of it. But he can do what he wants. Streaming whenever he feels like this. So I do plan on streaming a lot. And still no Twitch invite, so GG. Hello Akitak Yuzu. How's it going, man? But yeah, even though I know this car's OP, I'm gonna use it. So apparently you couldn't use it there, but then again it's all good. Because that car was a little bit OP, so now we'll be more even. And I don't have enough money, just noticed. Oh well. What was I planning just now? Doing the trade once. Ah, nice, nice. So you're just chilling now. I might as well do the FR ones now, since some of the cars are MR2. MR2 FR. Too much HP, yeah. Yeah, soundtrack, it is great. Especially the PAL one. Japanese is alright, but I mean the Japanese tracks are good on their own, but they don't really fit in the racing game in my opinion. They're way too energetic and, you know, fast paced. But NTSC soundtrack, let's not even bring it up. NTSC sucks anyway. Yeah, the NTSC soundtrack is very American. So I guess only Americans would enjoy it. But PAL soundtrack is something everyone can enjoy. Excuse me, I'm just can't twist the tongue well today. I think I could do the third FR race with this one too, but I think I'll not take the risk. Gonna try something else. We might even get to use the Bryce car. Let's see what it is. Also, Brett, I'm gonna show you something interesting, at least what seemed to be interesting to me. Nah, we can't use this. This. I haven't seen this car in yellow color ever. I've only gotten it in red or blue, but now I got it in yellow. That's a pretty interesting sight. Anyway, now we need a faster. rear-wheel drive. But I'm not gonna resort to using, you know, OP cars. Maybe this will do it. This has fast acceleration. And there's only that, well, 2 long straights actually. But one longer one, maybe it'll be good. I am something bashing. Oh dear God. Oh, this has a lot of American cars, it seems. There was Mustang, another Mustang, then, well, an Aston Martin, it's British. What about the leader car? It's still, there we go, it's a Corvette. I chose a pretty good car. It fits into the American field here. Most of the cars here are American right now. Just one German and one British. Well, again, this is a pretty OP car to use, because the Cobra has such good acceleration. But I didn't really have any else FR car to use. S2000 probably would have not made it. Gotta love that face. However, the car I just won, I can actually use that in the first FR event, because obviously it needs to have too much HP. But I really love how the cars were made in GT2, like Cobra has good acceleration but very poor cornering and braking and top speed. But in GT1 it probably would have had 5 gears, good top speed, good cornering. In GT1 everything is just the same, or at least it feels like it. The cars sound pretty similar too. But in GT2 there's lots of things. To be honest, I'm not that bothered if I have to use OP cars. Also, we got this beast. Wait a minute, we can actually use this. It has not been tuned yet, so we can use it for the first one. Just barely, but still. Even though we went so close to the HP limit, I'm guessing the cars here are not very competitive, so this will be another piece of cake. Yeah, there's even an MX2 there, so... MX5? What am I talking about? Ugh, seriously. Fuck you, Stume. You haven't said anything sensible so far. be honest, I'm a little bit tired, but still. What am I talking? I guess you shouldn't be surprised if I suddenly said something totally random, well, I don't know, anything. Well, I don't know when I began. Hold on. Oh god, this song. It's really annoying because it keeps coming very often. I even had it come to me when I was doing licenses, even 4 times in a row. This is a real pain if you get it for endurance, but you can't be bothered to restart just to get another song. So you keep hearing this during the endurance. Oh, nice. It's a very weird song to include in GD2, but I guess it sort of works. You can recognize it as part of the soundtrack. It kind of fits in, but then again, it also stands out a lot. So now we're done with rear-wheel drive and four-wheel drive. Seal 80. Oh, and I got it on blue. That's cool. So now let's do the front wheel drive. Don't know what I should use for the first one. Let's use this one. I'm not sure if this is good enough, but then again, you don't really have to be close to the HP limit in order to win. Sometimes they're not even close to the limit, the AI cars. So you're pretty free to choose. And yeah, they don't appear to be much. But this is where GD2's cons come in. You can easily win the races. You can use OP cars because you're not restricted to using it, except for those turbo things and turbocharged, you know, those tune car events, and then drivetrain, and then the one make manufacturer races. But other than that, you're free to choose. And the AI is generally not good, especially with really fast cars. And as I said, they don't often go even near the HP limit. But it seems they're keeping up fine this time. Well, sort of. Also, Brett, you mind telling me what the uptime is, because I don't exactly know when I began. That's not much of an issue if I stream for a while, but just wondering. Okay, so we're almost already on 3 hours, but you know, I could go a little over. It's not exactly 3 hours every part. One part was even less than 3. 3 hours because I didn't have enough time that time. So I could go on for at least half an hour from now. Just gonna check my clock and see how that would be, like when I would stop. Let's see here. Half an hour from now. Well, it's just 2 PM for me, so I'll stop at 2 PM. But yeah, forget about all the crazy mispronunciations and, you know, everything silly stuff I've said, because I'm just a little bit tired and that's enough to get me confused and silly. Oh, right. We got this car. I think I need to buy another car for Trial Mountain. The HP is pretty high there. Let's see how fast we are on this one and use that as a benchmark. Kind of. They don't appear to be too much here either, so I should be able to win. There's 2 Lantis here. Yeah, I should be able to win. But for the last one I need to buy a new car. Because if this is already this close, then I don't think that I can win the last one with this one too. But I can always tune this or some other FF car. But even then I need to spend money, of course. Get out of my way, Civic. God, you're slowing it down. Actually, I'm not sure if we're gonna win because the leader is all the way there, and now you see even Atlantis is overtaking me. I can still use this, I just need to tune it. But then I'm not sure what to use for the last FF event. Maybe. The AI seems to be doing that kind of pendulum effects. that suddenly their performance drop. Like they're not consistent throughout the whole course. There are those Achilles knees turns for them, and then there are their strong points. So look, I can even win without defending. No, I can't. Ugh. If I wouldn't have done that, I would have lost. Because the start line was further away than I expected, so that could have been costly. But that was a little dirty. It's not like I want to just, I can't go in front of him, I have to lose. Yeah, now I'm not sure what to use for that last one. But now I have money again to buy some cars. What am I doing? Oh cool, the Stratus here. Even that MG car is beating me, MGF. Hey Johnny, how's it going? It's surprising that the Stratus is leading and the MR2 is last. Thanks for the host, I guess, Johnny. Or follow. Whoever that was. Thank you very much. Much appreciated. But yeah, like I said, the MR2s are last, including me. How embarrassing. Especially when an MGF. Think about it. That's supposed to be like, well, a slow car, but apparently not. But then again, it's a light car, so maybe that helps. I don't know. Or maybe I underestimated that guy. Ooh, pasta. Give me some. I love to eat pasta. But I wonder what that notification was. Because I can't see them. Well, we do have this car to use. So this should win no problem. Right, so you do some chores while you watch the stream. But maybe you should get all of that done so you can watch properly. I will not be going for too much longer from now. Just around half an hour, but still. Because I've already been going on for almost 3 hours. Though I guess it is 3 hours right now. Weird, we have the exact same cars almost. A Stratus and Elise, an MGF, and an MR2 GTS. And then imagine that MR2 there was me. So not much variables, huh? Yeah, good old Gran. Announced vibration. This controller doesn't really work anymore. There we go. Yeah, it would be neat if GD Sport had some classic tracks, but even then they might be changed because, you know, like test course, high speed ring, they were changed. But I highly doubt they will bring at least many classic tracks. They're all about the new ones they've made. Kinda sucks. Especially Rome Knight, Red Rock Valley, they were one-offs in GD2. And honestly, they're pretty good. And Special Stage Route 11, the original was only the GD1 game, then it was brought back in GD3 and it was just lamer because they were using the underground one with that hard chicane. But yeah, we definitely need to buy a car or two. So let's see what this car is all about. It's an MR car. So let's see. Oh, right. We can actually use this one. So I don't have to buy an MR2 myself. I just have to tune this. Let's get turbo. That should be sufficient. Stage 2. Don't wanna bet on stage 1. Old McLaren steering wheel for PS1. It also has a handbrake. Wow, interesting. I didn't know such a thing existed for a PS1. With a handbrake of all things. And hello, Lucky. What's up, dude? Oh, you're in Vietnam. Interesting. Very, very interesting. How far are you? Oh, that's a gallery. I'll have to check that later. Don't wanna interrupt the gameplay. Oh, right, right. I forgot that your handle was log 11s here. Anyway, sorry Pizza, because I totally forgot when I came back from my little vacation that I needed to trade you a key in Rocket League. But if you still need it, I can definitely trade it to you. I totally just forgot about that. Because I easily forget about things. Though I must say we're not doing well right now. Even with the Turbo 2 we're kinda slow. Alright. Two exact same CCSs are leading. But yeah, we aren't gonna win this one. I did think that maybe CCS would be good. And it kinda is. It's very powerful, but it's also very light. So... that was useless. I'm gonna go ahead and buy this EZS. And you know, it really sucks because I actually had one already. Because I did the event. I could have saved that car, but too late now. Well, let's leave the MR events for later. Right now I'll buy the Altessa. Hey Retro, are you talking to me while you're sleeping, Kappa? But yeah, as I and Grumps were speculating earlier, there weren't many watchers in the beginning, but then as time went on, more watchers came in, so I was just really early because it's the earliest I've started so far. Usually I began at 12, but now I began before 11, so people weren't around that time yet. Also, this is one car I really wanna get in real life after my MR2. Though I can't get the Toyota Altessa exactly because one, the wheel is on the right side, and two, there are not really many Altessas here in Finland, but there is, however, the Lexus IS, which is basically the same, just under another name, so the one I should be getting is Lexus IS. Sure, just be prepared to give me like 3,000 more, Kappa. now let's get a Yaris. Now he's actually trying to get my real life actual car MR2 for just that much money. So just guess if he's gonna get it. Kappa. Now Yaris. Retro, I don't think you will be because we're countries apart. So you won't be getting my MR2 ever. Yeah, I really own an MR2. You can see my Twitter for proof. And I also uploaded driving videos. Well, at least one on YouTube. And it's also my first car, so it's really cool for a first. And best of all, it works. It doesn't even have a lot of like finicky issues. Like it's not one of those cars that constantly need checking and repairing and fixing. It works well. Only it was in a pretty bad condition when I bought it, so I had to do some repairs and fixes. But after that, not much has happened. So it's cool and it's reliable, so... Yeah, the rims that came with the car also look really cool. The default ones would probably pale in comparison to those. But here's one Toyota I will never get. I will just stick to the sports cars. But yeah, I'd really love to get that Altezza or Lexus IS next. But I've also been thinking about Celica 2. The newer one, no GT4 or anything. I would never buy a car that's in very bad condition, like even as far as not being drivable. I will only buy cars that can be driven already, and buying them and with only a few small fixes at best. I'm not that kind of guy who likes to fiddle with his car constantly. And thus I also require help from others. I just like to drive, that's all. Oh yeah, I'll definitely get a Prius next. But funny thing is, even if I wanted to, they'll be pretty expensive, so... And a new Yaris would be pretty expensive too. But that's what I also like about old cars. They not only look cooler, but they're also more reliable to some extent, because new cars have so much technology, so much, you know, exciting things and gimmicks. They can easily break and constantly need to be changed and everything, so old cars are the best. They work, they're cool. But yeah, I'll still go with my MR2 for many years from now. But when I really get bored of it in a few years, then I'll probably get the Lexus IS next. Oh yeah, I'll actually be stopping soon. So I'm just thinking what I'll still do before I stop. I paid 3,500 for it, Johnny. Wait a sec. Have I already done everything from Honda? I think I have. I just did the Civic. Yeah, everything is done from Honda. And I did Suzuki too, but I still need to do Subaru because I need racing modifications, but I don't have money right now. Same goes for Toyota, and I've done these two. Then there's still Nissan. So scratch that about completing East City. So I still have Nissan, Subaru, and Toyota. Mazda I think I already did. Except for 12. Oof. I'm gonna get a Ford Focus and do that. Wait. Oh, I just have enough money. That's cool. But let's see if you can keep up with the others. But yeah, I'll also keep my MR2 entirely stock. The only modifications that have been done is the steering wheel, which came from the purchase, and obviously the rims. Then there's the DVD player, and I also installed an engine warmer because obviously I'm in Finland. And it's cold in winter, so the engine needs to be warmed up so I can start. But that's all of the modifications, just the rims, steering wheel, and that installed engine heater, or warmer, rather. I don't recall I did anything else, or then I'm just forgetting, because I can easily forget. I think that's all, otherwise it's all stock. But to be honest, I wouldn't mind getting the original steering wheel. I mean, it looks kind of weird, especially after being used to the custom one, but a wheel can be very valuable too. But yeah, this Ford can keep up, no problem. I could even use this for the FF event, maybe. I don't know if it would be fast enough. Yeah, and it's amazing in America how many cars are found in barns and, you know, abandoned farms and whatever. And some can be even in relatively good condition that can be restored. It's amazing how they keep finding those. Yeah, I'm gonna keep the Focus just in case, because it's a front wheel drive, so maybe it can be used there in the FF event, but maybe not. Nah, I think it's still too slow. Won't take any risks. I'm still gonna do something to the end of this. Well, I might as well organize the garage again. Oh, didn't mean to do that, damn it. There we go. That's a bit better. So there we go. That's about good for now. But yeah, I've been playing for over 3 hours already, so I'm gonna end this part right now. Almost 40% done, we're approaching the halfway point. I can't recommend anything. Sorry for my pronunciation. As a first car, you can choose whatever you like. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this part, and excuse me for my fatigue weirdness. But that just happened. But at least I could still somewhat play well. But anyway, I'll see you in part 6.